Hello, welcome to week 2 of Daily Drumming with Dunc. So if you're still with me, thanks for sticking with it and coming back for a little bit more on week 2. And so we're 6th of April now. The sun is shining outside, which is nice. I think it's the first time this year I've not had to have my heating on in the studio, which is nice. It's nice to see a little bit of sunshine as well, so I think we all need a little bit of that, as long as we don't talk about and sit together in the park somewhere. So yeah, stay at home, all that thing. So I've done a bit of upgrading as well over the weekend. I've changed cameras around a little bit. So hopefully you can see on the main camera here, there's a bit of a better view. You can kind of see all the drums a little bit better. I've also got, if you look down here, you can see just there, we've got the foot. I stuck my logo up there as well, up in that corner somewhere. Where is it? Up there. Okay, so you can see my logo in there. So we can go from that screen. We're going to have the screen with the notes on. We'll still have the main view of me playing, and also in the other corner you can see still the foot as well in there. So hopefully there's not too much going off on the screen, but obviously you can kind of rewind and watch whatever bit that you want. I've also got, just like if I want to zoom in right on the foot, so you can see what the foot's doing as well there. So hopefully that's going to just kind of make things a little bit more easy, so you can see what's going off, particularly with the foot. So it's Monday, which means it's Drum Rudiment of the week, and we're going to sort of develop on what we did last week, which was the Paradiddle, into the Paradiddle Diddle. So if you think of a Paradiddle, it's the para bit is the single hit, so it's right, left, and then the diddle is a double hit, so it's right, left, right, right, and then left, right, left, left. So it's Paradiddle. So with the Paradiddle Diddle, we add an extra diddle, an extra double hit, so we now get Paradiddle Diddle. So it's right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, which we can see written out here. So this is, excuse me, again, this kind of relates to the drum rudiment section on the Vic Firth website, which we looked at last week. So you've got all the audio files and the play along things with there that you can practice and work along with. I would suggest going through those first. Get comfortable playing the new sticking pattern if you've not done a Paradiddle Diddle before we try and do all the fancy grooves and fills I'm going to look at in a sec. As with the single Paradiddle, we're going to accent the first beat. The difference with the Paradiddle Diddle is the accent's going to fall on the same hand each time. So the first bit of each beat is going to fall on the same hand. So it's going to be the hand that you start with. So for example, if you start with the right hand, it's going to go right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left. Okay, which is the top sticking pattern over here. And then you want to practice leading it with your left. Okay, so I'd practice it loads of times with your right. Going to speed it up, slow it down as we talked about last week, then do the same thing with the left. And so on. Okay, so you want to be as strong with with both. You'll find leading it with your weaker hand, it's a bit more of a challenge, so it'll take a bit more practice to do that. We've then got an exercise you can practice here, which kind of misses out some of the extra diddle bit. If I play that with a metronome, which hopefully you can hear, we'll go. And again, that is on the Vic Firth website, vicfirth.com. If you're not sure how to find that, watch last week's video on the single Paradiddle, and I talk about that quite a bit in there. So, practice that nice and slow. Gradually build your speed up with a metronome, without a metronome, and kind of slower and faster. Once you're comfortable with that, you can then start to move the hand around the kit a little bit. So you might just kind of like put the accented notes going around the toms. And so on. Okay, remember it's trying to keep that nice kind of triplety group of 6 pattern like diddle 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 diddle. It wants to have like a bit of a triplet bounce to it. When you're comfortable with playing that, because obviously you could just use those as a drum fill then, so. And so on, just kind of experiment, let your hands go anywhere around the kit. To get some Paradiddle Diddle drum fills. We can also have some drum grooves. So if we look at this one here, there's a couple of sheets here which I'm going to put in the Daily Drumming with Dunc folder. There is a link to that in the description, so you can download all the lesson sheets that go with this from that link. So we're going to look at playing a Paradiddle Diddle drum groove, very similar to how we did the single Paradiddle drum groove last week. So your hands are going to be playing between the hi-hat and the snare drum. Right, left, right, right, left, left. Now when we do the second one on beat 2, the right hand is going to come across. That's for this bit here to play what would be the backbeat on beat 2. So you're going to accent that. So you get right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left. Now I find this sounds best if you just play your right hand loud and your left hand quiet. One way to practice that without doing it on here is just, first of all, just practice on your snare drum going like this. So we kind of get that pattern going with the right hand. Then just move the right hand to the hi-hat. Actually, I won't do the foot yet. So basically what's happening with your right hand is this. Okay, I'll just show you that on the better view. And then the left hand. Okay, is kind of playing those kind of ghost quieter notes in the background. We're then just going to put the bass drum on beat 1 and beat 3 to give it a groove. Okay, and yeah. So if I kind of did that with a normal groove like this, and then put that like on the 4th bar. Okay, nice little like, drum fill, drum break kind of thing you can use that for. On this sheet here, there is another example there where there's some different bass drum variations. That one's a little bit tricky, a bit more advanced on that one, so you might need to just take your time with that one. On this other sheet as well, there are a couple of other bass drum variations on the groove here, so it's the straightforward kind of thing. Once you're comfortable with that simple groove, I would then move on to looking at those. They should be fairly straightforward to work out. It's just really working out your bass drum position. There are also a few drum fill ideas there, like a little solo thing there that takes you around the toms, which you should be able to work out. One other thing I do want to have a look at is exercise 4 on here, which is quite an interesting one. Because what we're going to do is we're going to move the right hand over to the ride cymbal and the left hand to the hi-hat. So instead of them going that way around, they're going to go okay, so that's this exercise here. So you can see you got ride, hi-hat, ride, hi-hat, and then snare, hi-hat, ride, hi-hat. So it's right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. I would practice that with the bass drum pattern from number 2 first without trying this complicated one. So you would then get works quite nicely on the bell of the ride as well. You get this kind of. You can also bring the left in onto the snare drum as well. You can also do that between the toms. So do exactly the same pattern, but high tom and low tom. And so you can start to move that hand over to the middle tom and so on. So that's the Paradiddle Diddle. So I've just completely stuffed up my camera angle there. That'll do. So yeah, the Paradiddle Diddle. Let's say before you try all the fancy sort of stuff, work on it slowly first. You've got to get that sticking pattern going. You want to be able to get that sticking pattern going so you can play it without having to think about it. Just the right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left. then start to move it around the kit and the toms and the fills and all that kind of nonsense. So thanks for watching. That is Drum Rudiment of the Week, the Paradiddle Diddle, and I will be back tomorrow with Drum Fill of the Week. Tomorrow, as I always say with these, as I said kind of last week, if you are enjoying these lessons and you want to send any kind of small little donations through via PayPal, there is a link to that in the description. It just helps me make a little bit of income while I can't go and work in schools, and anything however small is much appreciated. So thanks for anybody who is sending those through. It is much appreciated. So yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching. Go practice the Paradiddle Diddle, and I will see you tomorrow.